Hi everybody, how are you? Today I'm going to talk about IELTS speaking. In the previous video, I had talked about the very basic things about IELTS speaking. Today I'm going to talk about the three parts, or let's say three sections that are used in IELTS test. In total, the IELTS speaking test goes for 11 to 14 minutes. And there is an examiners, and you need to face the examiners, and you have the face-to-face communication, as you know already about this. Regarding the parts, the first parts goes for 4 to 5 minutes, and the examiner asks you some questions about your personal information, very basic information. For example, your name, your address, your hobbies, your interest, and your future plan, and your job, something like that, about your family, and so on. All the questions, 3 to 4 questions, on the basis of your response. If you give a little longer answers, then the questions will be few. And if you speak a little bit shorter sentences, then the questions will be more. So then you will have second part, second sections. In second sections, you will be given a topic. And topic is about very casual subject matters, which is very important for day-to-day life and academic life as well. There is a topic, and you will get a piece of paper and pencil, and you will have 1 minute time for the preparation if you want to prepare. After that, you need to speak. It's something like delivering a speech about the topic, or you are going to describe, introduce, and something like that. And there are some guideline questions as well. For example, your topic might be something inspiring persons. If it is the topic, and the guidelines questions, something like, what is his name, what does he do, and why does he inspire you, and what is your future plan, something like that, in relation to that personality. You need to speak without any hesitation, repetition, or any problems. And do not worry about the time. You need not to consider about the time as well, because the examiner will stop you or gives you, the hints so that you can stop. And at last, you have, the interview. I often want to say this one is in-depth or opinion-based interview, which is indirectly related to the second part. And there are questions that require your reason, your opinions. For example, with the important persons, either the common person or the celebrity in the society, and why? And how do celebrity or models or film actors influence in the society, in your opinion, and why? Such type of questions will be over there. And it is, to some extent, very similar to the TV interview, because the examiner asks questions, something to get your opinion regarding the topic, and your suggestions to the policymakers, and to address that issue or problems, and so on. And after this, you will have completed your IELTS speaking test. For IELTS speaking, the important thing is to consider the fluency. You need to be very fluent speakers, but try to maintain your natural accent, natural way of speaking. It is not a good idea if you try to follow either, the particular type of accent that you cannot handle for the whole, the total test. You need to, maintain your natural, accent and your natural way of speaking, so that you can, convey the message, and you can have proper communication, and so on. And another important thing is, the body language. You need to have proper body language, for example, movement of the body, facial expression, and movement of the hands, and so on. How the natural communication takes place in the society and in our day-to-day life. In the same way, you need to maintain your communications. You need to have facial expression, proper facial expressions and body movements. And, you should have tried your best to maintain the natural, settings inside the examination. And it is also a good idea if you are, if you are really confident regarding the, the talk and within that setting. And that confidence, body language, facial expression, the way you communicate, discourse feelers, and your fluent speaking, and your pronunciation, such things really matters a lot to score high in IELTS speaking. Speaking is a productive skills. So if you really want to be a good speaker in English, not only in IELTS test, but in everyday life or your academic life or somewhere else, you need to listen English more, because listening is receptive skills, which has the very direct connection with the speaking skills. So through listening others, we learn so many things about the accent, about the tone and pronunciation and stress and so many things. So try to listen the variant accent, for example, American English, British English, Australian English, and so on, so that you can gain confidence. Even though in IELTS, you need to strictly follow the British accent, but British pronunciation. But if you go through other type of pronunciation, it will obviously support you. And for speaking, it's really important to find out a partner with whom you can communicate properly, or let's say every day, or in a very natural way, and you can practice your speaking. So speaking can be practiced through speaking practice. So through reading, it is not that much supportive for the speaking. Through listening only is not also sufficient. So to get confidence, to get the natural, the understanding, natural way of speaking, you need to find out someone else so that you can practice with him or her and make your speaking more, meaningful, more persuasive, and more, performative, and so on. Thank you guys for watching me, and see you in the next video. Thank you very much.